Hi there, my name is Sophia Gregg, and today I'm going to do my oral film 2 on women in cinema and throughout cinema history. Throughout history, although not as majorly acknowledged, women have played a great role in film and cinema. Being producers, screenwriters, editors, actresses, stunt women, and more, the film industry would not be the same without women. There have been many influential directors and actresses, especially, that have paved the way for future women in film. Having overcome obstacles of controversy, inequality, underrepresentation, and more, there has been and will continue to be great progress for women in this industry and beyond. Actors and actresses are what the audience and public sees from the film industry. There are so many public women who have made an impact in film. An example of one of these women is Florence Annie Brigwood, and she lived from 1886 to 1938. She was a Canadian American and is known to be the first movie star. She played lead roles in nearly 250 films, however, all were uncredited. At this time and in the first 15 years of cinema, no one was really recognized for her work. However, it wasn't until 1991 when an unknown person went to her unmarked gravestone and had engraved the first movie star on it. Another influential actress is a woman named Mary Pickford. She lived from 1892 to 1979. She was also Canadian American and made her impact being known as America's sweetheart and her presence in silent films. In fact, she was not impressed when sound was added to films and talkies took off. In addition to her lack of excitement for them, her career actually went stagnant as well. She was an opinionated and inspirational woman of this time. She strayed away from being the stereotypical woman by speaking her mind and doing what she wanted. She caused controversy by cutting her hair. She was also an involved philanthropist, and she also co-founded a movie studio. She created her own path, which was different and made it more acceptable for women to be different. Another realm in the movie industry for women to become accepted in was the art of directing. In a primarily male-dominated environment, it was and still can be difficult for women to become directors when they are seriously outnumbered. However, there are several women who stepped up to the challenge to accomplish their goals. One of these women and the first woman director to reach the screen was Alex Guy Blanche. She lived from 1873 to 1968, and from 1896 to 1906, she was believed to be the only female filmmaker in the entire world. She was also among the first filmmakers to incorporate synchronized sound, close-ups, and primitive special effects. Another influential female director was Dorothy Arzner. Having lived from 1897 to 1979, the American director was the first woman to join the Directors Guild of America and the first woman to direct a sound film. She was a woman of many firsts in the industry, one of which being her inventing the first boom mic and being the first female director to work in Hollywood's golden age. She directed around 20 films and launched careers for many established actresses, including Lucille Ball and Katharine Hepburn. So we've discussed how influential women have paved the way for more women, but what exactly did they face before this? What trials continue to occur for women in the industry as well? The biggest thing women face in cinema is underrepresentation or misrepresentation entirely. A big part of this is how women historically have not had enough power to make demands within the industry and were therefore underrepresented. Women are less than 22% of directors and 33% of film writers. Women are also outnumbered by men on the screen by a 2-to-1 ratio in 2021. Because of these numbers, women have not had much say in the representation in films and jobs in the industry. Women are also not seen as professionals and may not be taken as seriously when contributing ideas. Over gender equality. Gender inequality is a big issue women face in film and cinema industry. It can be found that the vast majority of funding goes towards male-directed films. This low funding creates scarcity among female-directed films in itself. Not only is there inequality behind cameras, but it can also be seen on camera as well. Women are often portrayed much more sexually than men in movies, while men play more important roles. There are also greater stereotypes associated with women opposed to men. So while women have faced many different challenges in the film industry, they also have overcome a lot as well. There has been statistically been an increase of female directors over the years and a larger percentage of females directing top films. In 2019, more than 10% of the top films of that year, such as Captain Marvel and Little Women and more, were directed by women. Although directors and writers' jobs are still male-dominated, it should be acknowledged the progress women have made throughout time within these roles. It was also found from 2020 to 2021 that there was an increase, especially in female executive producers. The percentage of women employed in behind-the-scenes roles in the U.S. has gone from 17% in 2016 to 25% in 2021. This is only 5 years. Women have come such a long way from 10 all the way till 50 years ago, but there is still a ways to go. Although these statistics seem promising, a major component as to why film representation has improved is due to a variety of movements in women's support. The Me Too movement was one of the most well-known and respected female rights movements of recent years. In addition to it bringing awareness to gender equality in Hollywood, it also supports advocacy towards sexual violence and abuse. Because of the issues it brought to light about male producers in the industry, the response to this was that more female writers and other job opportunities were given as opposed to prior of these scandals. Not only did it help women representation professionally, but it also protected and continues to protect women within and outside of the industry. In conclusion, women have had to and will continue to overcome obstacles within cinema and outside as well. But it is important to remember the women who have changed the trajectory of females in film, provided representation, and led a path for future women to follow. We can also use this information to see what women have done in the past and to use that as an inspiration to continue to make change.